Hey guys, this is Coach Joe coming to you from inside the Holy Cronut. Today I'm recapping the MLCW Archer Queen Division 2 Week 6 matchup of the Holy Cronut versus Legion. The Nutters moved to 5-1 after a 70-68 victory in the Archer Queen Division's War of the Week. We continued to improve on our hit-up rate, doubling all 3 11s with a total of 6 attempts. Ren snagged a 10v10 triple, her second of the season, and our Town Hall 9s were efficient once again, tripling 14 times in 24 attempts. This was also Birthday Boom Week for the Clashversary. We didn't see a single attacker use it during the war. I wonder why. And now I'd like to bring on my guest for this recap. In the red corner, weighing in at 90 kilograms, he hails from Australia and has been rated by many as the best kilogram for best clasher of the last decade, with 952 stars, 615 of them coming fresh, with 1,510 farm raid defends. They call him Bagosco, they call him Toss, they call him Bagok, they call him Big Brother. They say he's from the future and that he rips trees out of the ground with his bare hands. He makes his first bid as Coach Joe's recap champion of the world, Ross. What's going on, Ross?
Hello, Joey Jojo.
Yeah.
Not much is going on, mate. Thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. You know, it can be pretty fun to have a win, and then being able to look forward to doing a recap is just kind of the icing on the Clashversary cake.
Absolutely.
So this is the first recap attack that we're going to show. This is Starboy, and he does a cold-blooded Goho. This was a scouted attack, so he knew the clan castle, he knew the traps. And this is the kind of base, I was talking to 13, he said it's the kind of base that gives you a headache when you're looking at it, but eventually when you figure out what you want to do, it kind of becomes pretty easy. So he basically starts off in the southwest, and he's going to get a little bit of a funnel, drop his golem into the clan castle, poison it, put his heroes down, and take out a bunch of point defenses and the Archer Queen.
Certainly a very nice, clean CC kill and queen kill.
Yeah, he gets it pretty cheap. You know, he saves the rest of his, he's got another baby and a couple of wizards and a goblin for his cleanup. But 35 hogs, 6 of them being max because they're in the clan castle, 4 heals, and a skeleton spell to distract the king. That's a lot of firepower.
It's very similar to the hog jamming.
Right. Right. That's something that our clan leader, Log Jammin', uses a lot. We call it the hog jammin'. And he does a good job here of getting rid of the wizard towers and then dropping the skeleton spell. The king almost chased the hogs. Luckily, he had one that stopped on the archer tower, so he'd go back to the skeleton spell. But, good use of the heals. Just so many hogs survive. And it's kind of part of the strategy where if you go in with only 16 hogs and you've got to surgically deploy and all that, you got to really watch out that they're not going to get messed up by a giant bomb when you're out of heals. But this was what we were calling a surgical spam attack, where he did 4 just huge groups of hogs.
That is correct.
This is the second attack we'll recap. This is Scarecrow attacking with a shattered Gobo. This is a fresh attack. He's going to double jump from the opposite side of where I would instinctually think to come in at it. But honestly, it's very well thought out, and he somehow planned that while he was having a full conversation with us.
It was definitely a very ballsy, savage attack. I mean, those heroes are so deep in, but he comes in with a heavy spell kill squad and just absolutely annihilates his base.
Right, heavy spell skill, and he's got 10 wizards in this attack. It just shows a willingness to go into attack with what looks like, a really old school attack army. I mean, I was doing this kind of thing, 2 years ago.
I mean, he even mentioned that he was pretty certain that the Teslas were going to be on his entry, and it turned out he was quite right. Queen walks also turns out to be an advantage for him to help with the early cleanup.
At first, when he told me that, I didn't believe him about the Tesla farm, but his reasoning made a lot of sense. He said that, of course, you'd put it opposite the heroes, so to make sure that when you come in with your kill squad at 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock, whatever, to get the heroes, you're not going to risk that the golems and wizards will take out the Teslas. So what did he do? He came from the least obvious spot, and there they were.
Yeah, very well thought out attack by John.
Yeah, and then he just spams his cleanup, just wastes it over at 9 o'clock because, what else are you going to do? The attack went far too well, so those were all wasted.
I mean, almost a single hog wasn't killed in this attack.
Right. Well, the last giant bomb at the end there was the only thing, and all the defenses were dead, so it didn't matter. This is two-shotter attacking, and he's going to do a Queen Walk Hogs. This was a tweaked attack, meaning that someone, 13 actually, attempted this very attack, and he tweaked it and came in with the same idea, and it works out very well for him here. So he starts off with a little early cleanup at 12 o'clock. There's not much up there that's going to deal with a minion. Does a wizard funnel, and then he comes in with his Queen Walk around 3 o'clock here. One of the things about this attack is that he delays his healer drop, and I heard a lot of people, is he trying to get style points? What's that all about? The purpose is, and especially after watching how the first attack went, he knows his queen pathing, and he doesn't want the healers to end up in range of the air defense. If he dropped the healers initially, then they end up moving into a place where the air defense can reach them. And by waiting, the queen had actually moved down into the left a little bit, and so they're not going to wander up into range now. So it's actually just next level thinking there.
That certainly is, Joe. It's something I certainly wouldn't have considered, especially not being very strong at queen walking myself at Town Hall 9.
Queen walking is the kind of thing that some people try to use it and they just don't know what they're doing. But I mean, if you're really good at a queen walk, and going back to Whip's hit up this war, where on one of the Town Hall 11s with his Town Hall 10, he did a queen walk, and Log was saying if it doesn't stop your heart 4 times during the attack, then it probably wasn't a very useful queen walk. But he got in there. He kept the Clan Castle troops from wandering on him, which is really what went wrong in 13's attack, in addition to the air defense, causing a huge problem. And now it's just, let the hogs march through and heal them, and there just isn't much left for them to deal with on the back end here.
It was definitely a very nice execution of the cleanup by Tushar. And also a good plan from Gum in the first place.
Absolutely. The only comment I would have is I think he dropped his last cleanup wizard a little late, but he could be forgiven for that. It was a very, very good attack, and happy to showcase that this war. And then finally, we have the sole 10v10 triple of the war. This is Ren, another one of our Australians. And this was also a tweaked attack. Dan hit this first, and she tweaked the plan. And really, it's surprising to me how well it works, because 2 of the things she does, she brings CC bowlers with the attack, and she tries to do a haste loon on the southern Inferno Tower. And neither of those 2 ideas really work out, so it's kind of a loss of like 50 to 60 troop spots, but it still ends up being a dominant triple. So, it's just the beauty of a great plan. So as you see a lot at these Town Hall 10 levels, she's just going to more or less suicide the heroes as part of the funnel, and then go wizards in between. And she does a good job of spacing out the miners to make sure that they will actually kill the Inferno Tower, which is really what went wrong in Dan's attempt.
And that was a very nice entry there. But as you can see, the bowlers didn't get a whole lot of value. So
Right.
it might have been better off with some CC miners, perhaps.
Right, to get some max miners in there, in addition to the fact that they'd be extra miners. Good job raging through the heroes. And then, as I was saying, a little late on the loon drop over here. You know, the idea was that she would haste them through, take out the Tesla, take out the Wizard Tower, take out the Inferno Tower, but the Inferno Tower is dead by the time they get there. But she avoided popping the Hound. So, you know, that's just going to float around now. And look at that. All the defenses are dead. Yeah, just, you know, there's nothing else to say. Yeah, just let the miners clean up. Look how many of them are alive. So,
I mean, it was definitely the correct choice of 10v10 attack, given what the CC had in it from the pre-scout.
and I'm going to tell you, I mean, we see that base like once every 3 wars or so. So we'll probably be doing that again. Yeah, I'll tell you, everybody out there, if you run that base, don't bring Hound Loon, because miners are going to make you pay for it. So, or I'm sorry, it's Town Hall 9, just a Hound. So that's the recap. Ross, do you have any final thoughts?
Well, one day it might be nice to see Big Brother in a recap. That's about the only final thought I have.
Well, Big Brother needs to spend more time on his base and stop getting fresh tripled in the first. Okay, well, so until next time, this is Coach Joe saying thanks for watching. Hi there. Yeah, you. Have you heard about the Minor League Clan Wars? MLCW is an organized, friendly war competition hosting clans from all over the globe of varying size, skill levels, and time zones. Clans accepted into the MLCW will be assigned a schedule of opponents, separated by leagues, and will compete in 1 match per week during a regular season. At the end of the regular season, the highest ranked clans will participate in a playoff to determine a season champion. Check them out on the web address listed on the screen, and you can apply for Season 5. Certain conditions apply. See the website for complete details.
Spanish Armada. 1588.
That is correct.